It might not look pretty, but it tastes great. Lizz's Ugly Bakery. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
Yeah.
And today, she brought in a delicious brick that's about 5 pounds on a plate. The thing's huge.
Yeah, so I was originally going to do croissants, take too much time. I went with cinnamon rolls, because who doesn't like cinnamon rolls for breakfast?
Back up just 1 second.
Okay.
Croissants take too much time. What does Liz mean by that?
12 to 14 hours for the process.
For a croissant.
However much y'all charge for croissants in your restaurant, that is fine with me.
Listen, you eat them in 2 seconds.
Right? And they're
And it
delicious.
takes 14 hours to make. That's crazy. But instead, she brought in like a 5-pound cinnamon roll on a plate.
Yeah,
They're huge. Why so big?
Well, I doubled the batch because I knew I needed to make more than the recipe called for, so I doubled it. But I didn't think about I need to double how far I roll out the dough. Like, I got it really thin and, all that, so it's not crazy. They're just really large.
Look how thick that is.
I know, but
It's an inch thick.
when I was proofing the dough, like it just kept expanding and expanding and expanding.
Find any spelling errors?
No, no, I did not edit but it's huge. But I hope they're good.
Okay.
I hope they're tender and cinnamony.
Recipes online,
Yeah, it
hisradio.com on the Rob and Liz blog. But first, we need to taste test this.
Yeah, you do.
For that, we have Ian, who is on his last day at His Radio as our video producer. So this is kind of a sad time for us. This will be the last time we ever hear Ian give his opinion on Liz's Ugly Bakery. And then we'll find out if TJ likes it or not, because his thing is he never likes anything Liz makes. So,
Goodness gracious.
all right, hearts be still, Ian.
Well, for one, it's not often that I eat something that's as big as my head, but I'm making an exception
Right?
today.
It was true.
It's very good. I love it. It's basically what you would think when you think cinnamon roll, and it pops in your head, and it tastes like that. So it's a very classic cinnamon roll. It is very thick, and I don't know. I really like it. The density of it is like perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Ian says it's dense.
That's not exactly what he said, but okay. He did say he liked it, so we're good.
Okay, let's hold back. Strap on the seatbelt. What does TJ think?
It is definitely a cinnamon roll. I will give you that. Like, you made a cinnamon roll. But
I know, I'm worried. I'm waiting for the other shoe
Sit
to
back.
drop.
Let's see.
there's something about it. I don't know what. As soon as it hits my tongue, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I can't place it. There's something there.
He never. It's okay. Liz, it's all right. You should see Liz. Oh, this is classic. Later today, you've got to check out the video replay for His Radio TV.
I don't even know, what do you say to that? Like, he can't even describe what he don't like
Just
about it.
bring
He
in a
just
hot
don't-
dog for him now.
I made
That's all he wants is a hot dog.
I made a hot dog casserole a couple weeks ago. He didn't even like that.
No, just straight hot dog from the convenience store.
Hey,
It
who
is.
doesn't like a cinnamon roll? I mean, come on. Ben's over here. Or Ben Turn is chomping down on the
He's
cinnamon roll.
halfway through that brick.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to work through it. So.
See, he likes it.
He's got it half down.
Yeah, and
Dude,
it's huge.
You got to run 13 miles later today after
Well, I
that.
always know I don't need to eat breakfast before I come into Liz's Ugly Bakery.
No.
You never know.
That's true.
Or dinner the night before.
That is true. Liz's Ugly Bakery. It might not look pretty, but it tastes great. We got the recipe online for you. Liz has it on the blog.
You'll love them.
That's hisradio.com. Just look for Rob and Liz.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Mom is in the grandstand at the grandstand at the baseball game, and then her little boy comes up to bat.
Number 14, Brandon Cornwell.
Okay, so he was announced.
Okay.
And then after that is the song that he walks out to.
Yeah, your walk-up song, that's huge for a baseball player.
Rob and Liz, His Radio. So there is a special walk-up song that Mom picked for her little boy.
Oh, she was in charge of picking?
She picked the song, not her son, at the
Okay.
baseball game. So he's up to bat.
Well, she knows him.
Yeah, she knows him very well. It happens to be her favorite song from a favorite TV show. So he walks out and then, well, listen real close.
Number 14, Brandon Cornwell.
Oh, wait, you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
You're gonna like this. Listen.
Number 14, Brandon Cornwell.
Do you think you know what the song is?
I have
Here
no
comes.
idea
Here
what a
comes.
14-year-old.
Mom picked out the song.
Number 14, Brandon Cornwell. Thank you for being
What?
And the son It's like, wait a minute, what, Mom?
Oh my! He was so embarrassed. My goodness.
He's like, what is this? Come on.
Even if he loves the show, that's not something you
There's
share about
no
your
way
kid.
he loves that show.
He might, but no. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
That's what he did.
Oh, my mom, when I was in 9th grade, embarrassed me so bad. She was taking me to register for 9th grade. I couldn't drive myself, obviously, at that age.
Of course not. High school.
Right. So I told her to go to one part of the school. I knew that's where you went to register. Instead, she took me to the office. Now, Mom has IBS. Before she does
Is this
anything
okay for
else-
you to say? Is your mom all right with this?
She's okay
My
with
mom has IBS.
Look, she tells everybody she comes in contact with because
Okay.
the first thing she needs to know is where's the bathroom. Where's the bathroom?
Mom has IBS.
Right, and I'm already saying this is not the right place. And so we go to the office and she's like, I need to know where your restroom is. And they won't let her use their restroom.
What?
Right. She wasn't having an issue at the moment. She just likes to know the lay of the land.
And?
She gets mad at me. She gets mad at me.
Why?
Right. And we as parents, we know that happens. I'm not
But
dissing
why?
my mama because I don't know. I guess because she thought I was in charge of the situation.
You're in
even
charge
though-
of the potty at the
I
new high
guess.
school
I
that
don't
you're being
know.
registered at
Right.
you've never been to
that I've
before
never
in
been
your
to,
life.
and I told her to go to a different
And
place.
she makes the announcement, hey, I got IBS.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks. And thanks for these jeans that are not fitting me well. But anyway, so we walk out of the office and she is just steady coming at me, right? Like, just, I can't believe I'm in this situation. She takes a wrong step and she falls.
Oh, no.
I'm not laughing at my mother falling, but I can see it in my head. When she hits the ground,
She's not laughing.
no,
But yet she is.
I'm not laughing at my mom. I just know what's coming next. As she hits the ground, in her pocketbook, she has a bag of cornstarch or a box of cornstarch that she's letting a friend borrow. I don't know why. So when she hits the ground, it just goes. She hit her little face and she got a little blood on her face, but the
no.
cornstarch then mixed with it and made a paste.
No. Wow.
And I'm like standing there seeing all this happen in slow motion, and I'm like, I will never.
At
I have
high school.
I have 4 years here.
So she announces, I have IBS. She falls down, cornstarch goes all over the place, and paste on her face.
Oh, and I forgot to mention she was in her Burger King uniform. So yeah,
No.
with the visor
Mom.
and everything, visor askew, cornstarch everywhere.
Those embarrassing things her parents did to you. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Those embarrassing moments in life, like this young man at a baseball game where his mom picked a walk-up song. It was Golden Girls. Ooh, can you imagine? How about your story? Rob and Liz is radio 800-447-7234.
Angela said, my aunt told the entire family at my 9th birthday party who I liked at school.
No way.
While I was blowing out the candles. She said, I was mortified, but thankfully none of my school friends were there. That's devastating for a 9-year-old.
And the aunt said that?
Yeah.
The aunt?
Why would you say that while she's blowing out
Ants.
the candles?
I think aunts will take notice and notes on this one.
Never do that again.
Natalie's here. What's up, Natalie? What was the embarrassing moment for you?
So I take the kids berry picking one hot summer day, and I come home, and we're in a rush to go meet a friend for lunch at McDonald's. And the kids were psyched, and I was just thrilled to be getting out of the house. So I go home, and I quick take off, and I shower, and I get dressed, and I get to the restaurant, and my friend just dies laughing. And I'm like, what? And she couldn't even talk. And finally she points at the back of my shorts, and a piece of lingerie was hanging like a tail. And there were many construction workers there, and I'm sure they got a chuckle in their day.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Embarrassing moments from Mom, 800-447-7234. Hello, Elizabeth.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so this was my state cheerleading championship, and I have important facts to know about my mother. She's 4'11", but she has more personality than her stature would suggest. She cries for everything. Happy, cry, sad, cry, all of it. And she walked up and down. Our state championship happened to be on her birthday, and she walked up and down the stands telling everybody, hi, my name's Linda, it's my birthday, go ahead and cheer for Lizzie. And she's handing them like cowbells and horns and all kinds of crazy things. She's also wearing a dress she made herself in my school colors that she had sewed about 100 bells on. So she's like jingling up and down the stands as she's handing out noisemakers. When we get to the point where they announce my team, they're like, and Cedarburg, Bulldogs. We all come running out onto the blue mat. I catch my mom up in the stands, like ugly crying, snot, tears, everything, holding a poster. And I mean like a big poster with my face on it. And it was, I mean, my face had to be about 2 feet, 3 feet tall. I don't even know. It was huge. And so all I'm sitting here thinking is this is my worst nightmare come true, is my mother is jingling all up and down the stands in this crazy dress. She's painted her hair orange and black, and it's like sticking up in all directions. Everybody had party horns, cowbells, and they're screaming, and I almost died right there on the blue mat. I'm like, this is it. This is how I go. My mother embarrassed me to death.
What kind of mom are you now?
I'm probably a little bit more subdued than that, but I do look forward to the day when I can embarrass one of my children. Maybe not quite to that extent. I mean, this took a lot of planning.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Meow. Meow.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be like a cat stuck in a car. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio.
It'd be more like, meow, let me out. Kylie had this happen. Kylie is a nurse practitioner. She was on her way to work, and she works at a hospital outside of Miami. And she realized there was a cat stuck in her car, and it got into the steering column. There was no way getting this thing out, hardly. Finally, she does get it out. Police and firefighters came out and helped rescue the kitten, but because she was at work, 12-hour shifts, she couldn't take off and get this cat to a shelter or anything like that. So she couldn't obviously take it into the hospital. So what she did was she called an Uber for the cat to go to a shelter in Jupiter, Florida.
And she's in Miami.
Yeah. So
that must have been some dime because that's not close by.
It's not. It's 80 miles, I think is what they said.
No.
Yeah. So the Uber driver took the kitten, had to take care of the kitten as well. And I don't know if you can put that in the notes on Uber. Like, I need to call an Uber. Oh, by the way, it's just for a kitten.
Yeah, you're driving a kitten to a shelter.
But she called it, so her bill was about $160.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but it was so important to her to take care of this kitten.
Good.
And get it to a good shelter. There were no shelters like right around her that were able to take the kitten, so that's why she had to go so far.
Good for her.
I know, but Little Furry Friends Adoption Clinic and Ranch, the kitten got to go to a ranch.
Isn't that nice?
I know.
See, a nice Uber drive all the way to a ranch.
This kitten is so spoiled now.
That kitten knew what it was doing. I'm going to get stuck in this lady's steering column.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Those embarrassing moments in life, like this young man at a baseball game where his mom picked a walk-up song. It was Golden Girls. Ooh, can you imagine? How about your story? Rob and Liz, his radio, 800-447-7234.
Angela said, my aunt told the entire family at my 9th birthday party who I liked at school.
No way.
While I was blowing out the candles. She said, I was mortified, but thankfully none of my school friends were there. That's devastating for a 9-year-old.
And the aunt said that?
Yeah.
The aunt?
Why would you say that while she's blowing out the candles?
I think aunts will take notice and notes on this one.
Never do that again.
Natalie's here. What's up, Natalie? What was the embarrassing moment for you?
So I take the kids berry picking one hot summer day, and I come home, and we're in a rush to go meet a friend for lunch at McDonald's. And the kids were psyched, and I was just thrilled to be getting out of the house. So I go home, and I quick take off, and I shower, and I get dressed, and I get to the restaurant, and my friend just dies laughing. And I'm like, what? And she couldn't even talk. And finally she points at the back of my shorts, and a piece of lingerie was hanging like a tail. And there were many construction workers there, and I'm sure they got a chuckle in their day.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Well, if you have a pair of those Power Beats, you might want to listen up. His morning crew with Rob and Liz.
It's the Power Beats 2.
Oh, the Power Beats 2.
Power Beats 2 might be getting some money.
How is
if
that?
you got those things or know anybody that has those things. So the battery life in them is horrible. And I had a pair. I don't know if I had the 2.
Okay.
But it was a long time ago. I wish I would have kept them. But they're supposed to be for sport. And so if you run outside, if you work out a lot, I sweat like you wouldn't believe.
And some people do, and some people don't.
These are
but yeah.
supposed to be sweat resistance.
Okay.
Forget it. Mine tanked.
Really? Because of the sweat gets into the headphones and then
they
cuts out.
Yeah.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it erodes all the stuff on the inside. This is supposed to be sweat resistant. Evidently, it doesn't resist my sweat. But because of the battery life and because of the sweat water resistant thing not working well, evidently I wasn't the only one, they're giving money back to a lot of people.
How much money?
$114 from what I understand for a lot of it. So, and some people who already have PayPal and bought them through PayPal, I understand they're already getting it back.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just showing up. You don't even have to go online and say, I need to get
You've
this
been
money
refunded,
back.
and this is why. I might be wrong in that,
Right.
but if I'm looking at things right, it seems like that's what's happening.
That's pretty cool. So how much are the Power Beats, too? How much were they?
Good night. They were like $2.99, if I remember correctly. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
But I'm thinking,
Might be $1.99. It was $200 or $300. They're pretty expensive.
So they cut out how far into
for me
owning them? Yeah.
a week. But this was 4 or 5 years ago. They
Yeah.
might have been the original Power.
Right, but you
Beats.
still put the money down and you're getting $114 back.
I'm not
possibly.
because I don't
No.
have the receipt, and that
Yeah.
was such a long time ago.
Goodness, I'd be combing through those credit card or those debit card,
Yeah, right.
bank statements.
If
to
I
find
could
it.
remember when I
Right,
bought
I know,
them,
yeah.
you know.
But that's something to think about.
Yeah, and some people are getting some moolah and
good.
going, "Hey, this is great. I could use this now."
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Teresa said, "I just want to go stay at a hotel." Because she's got a brand new granddaughter
Yes, she
and
does.
her family evidently lives far away. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. You'd think, though, for her reconnection to remember, she just want to stay with her son, but it doesn't look like that can happen.
No, because his family, his wife and his baby daughter, they live with the in-laws, and so there's just not enough room for Teresa to go and stay with them. And
That'd
she
be
said
a packed house.
it would be a little tight. But she said my husband lost his job, and he doesn't make as much at this new job, so they just don't have the money for the road trip, which is going to be fairly long, and then to stay at a hotel as well. So that is why she got in touch at hisradio.com to tell us what her reconnection to remember would be.
What would your reconnection to remember look like? Because someone's going to get their reconnection to remember. It might as well be you. So if you'd like to try, just text the word reconnection to this number, 800-447-7234. That's the word reconnection. Go to hisradio.com or tap on the My His Radio app.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Ooh, I love those cheesy biscuits at Red Lobster. His morning crew with Rob and Liz on his radio.
Well, she's going to like this because they're looking for BO at Red Lobster now. Wait a minute. Wait.
What?
CBO.
Oh,
CBO,
woo!
not body odor.
I'm like, I'm not going over there.
They're
dude.
looking for the chief biscuit operator
Really?
at Red Lobster.
That's an actual job?
That's well.
What's the requirements? What do I have
there,
to do?
There are strings attached.
Okay.
Of course, there's strings attached.
Yeah, well.
You really don't get paid anything except for $1,000 in reward gifts on their cards because you've got to be one of their members. And if you're one of their members and you happen to have, what is it? The premium stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you are the gold or platinum member and have that card,
How much do you have to spend to be a gold or platinum? I wonder.
I have no
I mean,
idea.
it's a lot.
Have no idea. But if you become the chief biscuit operator, they are looking for one. You get paid in rewards. There you go. Then $1,000. So I guess that's a lot of rewards.
You get paid in biscuits?
You get extra biscuits when you go.
I gotta go apply.
So there you go.
Not bad. I mean, if you love Red Lobster's cheesy biscuits, although, did you know you can make them at home?
No.
Yeah, you can get the recipe online, and I think they even have like prepackaged or something for the Red Lobster biscuits. So, yeah, you can make your own cheesy biscuits and not have to apply for anything. Are they as good? I don't know.
TJ's into them.
I know. All I can see in the corner of my eye is TJ just nodding his
TJ's
head
into
up and
them.
down.
TJ, you have to talk. If you nod, we don't see you.
Well, sorry.
Do you like them?
They all right. They ain't bad.
They all right.
Is that all you got to say about the cheesy biscuits? Because I thought you were really into them.
I mean, they're good. I mean, I like the cheese bats. About the only thing I like
At Red Lobster.
at Red Lobster. Yeah.
Where do you like to go?
I like Zaxby's.
Oh, he likes Zaxby's.
I thought he was going to say QT so he could get the
Roller
the round
meat.
meat. Oh, the roller meat. Yeah.
I do love some QT.
Yeah, see? I told you. So there you go.
He's very hard to please.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Marley says the reconnection in her life would be a date with the only man in her life. She's 12 years old, and that would be her dad. It's Rob and Liz on his radio.
Yeah, she said we, are together a lot, but it's not like that one-on-one. And I get that as a family. Like, you're all hanging out and doing your thing, but it's nice to have a date with your kids or with your parent so you can just connect one-on-one. And she said he's been working a lot. He's a pilot, like a private pilot. And so during the pandemic, he's worked an awful lot. So he hasn't been at home as much. And she wants that time with her daddy.
A date night with dad.
Yeah.
And Marley is 12.
12.
Oh, that's so precious and cute. I love that. Marley, I hope you win. If she doesn't win, maybe you will win. But we don't know if you haven't shared your reconnection to remember. What would it look like? Text the word reconnection to 800-447-7234. You can go to hisradio.com or tap on the My His Radio app for the reconnection.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You know that tree house in the backyard? It could make you some money. His morning crew with Rob and Liz on his radio.
As long as it's fancy.
Fancy. Yes.
And you're out in the woods somewhere. Airbnb just said, listen, there's so many people that are looking for outdoor adventures. And Airbnb, like tree houses or cabins out in the middle of the woods and that kind of thing, that they're looking for more hosts because that's what people are booking right now as they're planning their summer vacations. It's been so good for people with those type of Airbnbs that they've run out.
Wow. They're beautiful. I mean, they are really upscale, these tree houses. Sometimes they'll have, glass, like bay windows almost in the front. And
they're crazy awesome.
Lush and hot tub.
It's a house in the trees, literally.
Right.
A house in the trees. It's like a cabin in the trees, which is pretty neat. But they're looking for anything, you know? Like Bryson City, when we go, we find this one cabin that's on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of things that are like, we need more hosts. We need more Airbnbs. Tree houses are going pretty cool too because there's not as many as you would think.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, but a tree house or, like you say, that cabin in the mountain or whatever, I mean, that's some place that people can get away. During the pandemic was of course, everybody's top of mind, but now people are getting out. And so, we've been quarantined long enough.
It's just too bad I can't put a piece of plywood in my tree and Airbnb it. I don't think that'll pass.
No, you probably need a king-size bed for sure.